Y'all come on in, people. My people. My people. Oh, come on in, y'all. You know what? I'm gonna start off first with the pictures, y'all. I say, you know, every live I'm gonna show these pictures so y'all can see what's going on. Look, I tell you what's going on, but only if you can talk to me. So again, I'm just gonna show some of the pictures. I'm gonna do this in the beginning of all my lives and the beginning of all my lives. That's the late great Queen of Kings. She actually got to sit on the throne, YahJew. In the beginning, I'm gonna kind of go through fast, and in the end, I'll kind of drag it out. Here go another Ethiopians. You know, Ethiopians did deal with lions. You know, just things you might want to go fact check. Again, there's some more Ethiopians sitting among lions. You know. Here you go right here. They riding lions like horses. Yeah, they ride them like horses. And it don't look like the lions was in a cage. It might have been on leashes. But like I said, I don't think they was in cages. But then, you know, they could have been. Who knows? You know, some more Ethiopians with lions. You see. So lions are intelligent like dogs. Lions are intelligent like dogs. All animals are really intelligent. This is YahJew husband. You see him in his kingly garments. Looking like a Afro-American. Shit, down, he almost like Marcus Garvey. Look like one of them island brothers. Or look like an American. Never was a slave. Never was a slave. He died in royalty. That's what I'm telling you. That's that whole slavery story, y'all. Whoo. But the thing about it is, it's true. It just ain't the way they told it to us. Just like everything else. A lot of stuff is true, just not the way it's not the picture they painted. It's true. That's why, as the old saying, there's no lie without the what? Truth. Because you gotta know the truth to lie. Damn, what we look like, y'all? American Indian, huh? These are the American Indians, huh? See, the thing about what y'all don't understand, these people didn't teach us nothing. Let me say it again. None of these people really spoke English, and they didn't teach us nothing, and they died in the 1900s. They traveled the world. Now, the only emperor of the Solomonic dynasty that came to America was Haile Selassie. Let's get this straight. All these black men of majesty, they never got a chance to come to America, and they never got a chance to speak to the United Nations. Haile Selassie was the only emperor from this dynasty to complete this. Did y'all just hear what I just said? So who taught us what we know? Let it marinate. I don't think y'all heard. I know y'all didn't hear me. I know the real ones did, though. looking like an Indian chief. Looking like an Indian chief. These people weren't doing this to get their positions. They had to have works. Y'all see it? I told y'all last night. I know you see it. I know you see it. Somebody need to run these pictures on TikTok all day long. They taught us everything in history. How they didn't teach us about this? How you left this out? The first church, they say the angels built it. The first civilization come from there. They say the first Bible come from Ethiopia, but you don't talk about the other stuff that's in Ethiopia. They don't want us to know. Why they don't want us to know? We talk about it every day. We talk about it every day. None of these people I'm showing you was ever a slave, or they parents, or they came from slavery. Not now one. Now, these pictures are from the late 1800s and 1900s. Hear me out. They say we went into slavery in 1619. Yeah, like I say, slavery is a form of servitude. You still in slavery right now. If somebody told the story just on a souped up scale, like, man, we was working 12 hours a day, shit, we still ain't had no money. If somebody just really put emotional twists on the story of what we live right now, man, working every day, we still ain't got no fucking money. We still ain't got no money, man. I still couldn't go nowhere. I still couldn't buy nothing. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand what slavery really represent. You know, that's Menelik, King of Kings. What he look like, y'all? What he look like, y'all? Never was a slave. Never was a slave. Never was a slave. He died in the 1900s. Why we don't know about him? See, the other people I'm showing you, they was just chiefs. This was the King of Kings. Why we don't know about him? He had railroads in America. America knew about him. Why they didn't teach us this in school? Yeah, he had railroads in America. An African King of Kings who sat on the throne of David. Not just any throne. The throne of David, what the Bible talk about. How we don't know about him. But we know about Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, who they say came thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years before this man. But you don't know this man. Let it marinate, y'all. So let me breeze through. Because I want to also talk and go another one. I'm just showing y'all. How did we miss it? Babylon is real, y'all. That's how we missed it. Babylon is real. But y'all see all these black men are royalty and no slavery. And they look like who? Us. Don't you know a lot of our kings? The Bible talk about our kings did evil in the sight of God. I know y'all know that, huh? The Bible talks about that. Our kings did evil in the sight of God. So, you know, I'm not calling these men evil. I don't know what a lot of them stood for, but to understand, you know, why we would send people over here. If Menelik got railroads, he's not going to send people over here to work on them. Yeah, he's going to send people over here to work on his railroads. Let it marinate, y'all. Let it marinate now. Let it marinate. But you know, somebody will tell you right now, Ethiopians don't look like this. This is what people will tell you right now. Ethiopians don't look like this. This is not what Ethiopians look like. You're not Ethiopian. Yeah, but we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. Another brother in this priestly garments. Again, these are all chiefs. You know, they go Haile Selassie. They go the uncrowned emperor, Muhammad Ali's son, not the boxer, but He was king of Wallow. He had his father, this man right here. Now he was the uncrowned king. He was king, but he wasn't crowned king of kings. He became the king, but he wasn't crowned king of kings because he didn't want to keep the traditions. So he's labeled as the uncrowned king. This is why Haile Selassie was able to be crowned. Y'all know that's Tedros. That's what we've been talking about all the time. That's what the petition is connected to, the things that took place in his time. This is what the petition is connected to. 1868, an emperor with cornrows. Late great Tedros. And go another man in his priestly garments. Again, none of these people were slaves, even in the 1800s. That's why I told y'all slavery really took place in the 1900s. That's when all them movies they show us 1900s, y'all. All them slave movies 1900s. I put my bottom dollar on that. I put my bottom dollar on that. That's why the 6 and the 9 is a flip flop, and all they did was flip flop the stories on us, so you would get lost in the translation. So now you lost at sea. This is what they say Haile Selassie's daddy was. He also traveled to England. As many other these chiefs, they traveled to England. Again, this is all these portraits that I'm showing you is the late 1800s and the beginning of the 1900s when the whole world changed, which is why you had 2 world wars. The world changed in the 1900s, the whole world. Now, you had many things before the 1900s that transpired that helped the change that took place in the 1900s. But that's when everything changed. So they got us focused on the 1600s when nobody knows what happened in the 1600s. Nobody walking the face of this earth probably know what happened in the 1600s. That's why when you bring stuff out like this and don't nobody know about it, even the people that's living in Ethiopia, they don't know about it. Because you wasn't there. So you don't know. And if didn't nobody document it for you, because wasn't nobody writing nothing down in 18, like Africans, these people wasn't writing down history books for you to read. They wasn't worried about that. Now, it might have been a wise thing to know, but it wasn't a focus for me to record everything. That wasn't no recorders, wasn't no cameras. You know, so like I say, y'all, these things you have to understand, man, that you know, we've been bamboozled, y'all. You know, you'd have been lied to. Look, a cowboy before it was any cowboys on television. This before 1940. This when the TV came out, 1940, 1930? This before 1930, y'all. Or whenever the damn TV came out. But they wasn't watching TV. That's all I'm trying to let you know. They wasn't watching TV to put these, you know. And check out the royalty, y'all. Check this is authentic, original African royalty wear. And see, this is what they sent from coming to America. You notice Eddie Murphy, he didn't want to keep the traditions of his father. Should I say it again? You know why Eddie Murphy was in America? Because he didn't want to keep the traditions of his father. He was king, he had money, he didn't give a damn about that. He wanted to be a regular man, and he didn't want to keep the traditions of what? His ancestry. This is a prime example. He didn't want to follow those traditions. So they didn't crown him. That's the whole coming to America. But when you deal with royalty and you deal with Africa, where's the royalty in Africa? Where's the president in America? Is the president everywhere in America? Now you got other governors, you got other senators, you got other representatives, but is the president everywhere in America? So people understand this, what America has set up and what we had set up. We had this set up before America had it set up. The King of Kings, which reigned in East Africa, to be what? The chief commander over what? The rest of the government officials. The Bible call them angels. So even when you watch the movie Coming to America, what they talking about, y'all? I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. There go the original Muhammad Ali sitting in the middle, y'all. The woman next to him is Haile Selassie's wife. This is Haile Selassie's wife right here. Haile Selassie's wife was his daughter. He had his own army. He had his own army. He was a king. This is the uncrowned emperor I just showed you, his son. So when they be making these movies and they be talking about this war between the cousin, the auntie, all these Ethiopians, we don't know the story. He didn't tell us no stories. We ain't getting no teaching from him. And this is the original Muhammad Ali. His name was changed to Mikhail Wallo. He was king of Wallo. This is a region over there in East Africa, in Ethiopia. He had his own province, own land, own army. Again, a king. He wasn't the king of kings, but he was a king. This all of them clicked up. I think this is about this probably around 1920, 1915. This is the early 1900s. You know, I can't really say the exact date, but looking at how young Haile Selassie is and these things, this is like 1908, you know. Like I wouldn't say like about 1910 to 1915 or something like that. But how many people was reading the Bible in 1915? How many black people was reading the Bible in 1915? How many? See, we think there's people, the whole world being indoctrinated with the Bible. The world began to be indoctrinated with the Bible after World War II. That's when, y'all, the change of the changing of the world took place. I'm not gonna look in 1900s. That's when the changing. That's when industrial plants, hospitals, schools, all this stuff began to be built in the 1900s. Don't let these people lie to you. So every time we go back to the 1600s, you know how much history we skip? Do you understand how much history we skip? And we never find the truth. Because what? That's like the $1 million around the corner, but somebody told you it's 1,000 miles down the road. So instead of getting on your feet and going around the corner and get the million, you jumped in a jet to fly, and you done passed all your blessings up because you're trying to fly back to the what? Past. Where's the hidden colors on this? Where's the hidden colors? Hidden Colors documentary and show none of this. Why? They don't know. Again, that's Haile Selassie daddy. You see him. Well, that's they say it's Haile Selassie daddy, you know, but they never show his mama. And then when you look up his mama, you're like, well, that could be Haile Selassie daddy, but Haile Selassie, if that's the Haile Selassie they show us, I think they swap somebody. Like, you know, but I ain't gonna even get into that kind of talk because y'all don't think I'm a conspiracy, But like I say, if this Haile Selassie daddy and that was Haile Selassie in 1960, then he you know, he lay down with another woman. It wasn't the woman that they showed, you know. But that's Menelik. It's Menelik again, y'all. That's his father. Some more chiefs. Another brother. Some Chief Leopara. Now you notice all these priests was warriors. I want you to understand this. None of these priests were people who wore suits and smiled in your face. These was priests who fought in wars for the people and for their land. They was protectors of their land and their people. Just like a shepherd lays his life down for the sheep. These what these men was. That's why a lot of our real priests, they got unalive because they wasn't scared to do what? They wasn't scared to fight. They weren't gonna pick up no book and start saying a prayer for you. That's not what they was going to do. You know, but now we are in this spiritual war where we don't have to fight this fleshly war no more, because why? We have communication, we have technology. So we don't just have to fight. We can present ourselves in God decency. And the only reason why we really had to fight because we wasn't keeping the ways of God. I want y'all to always understand this when I'm talking about my ancestors. I'm not up here just to push hate or make you hate what somebody done. I'm here to show you the problem. I'm showing you the root of the problem so we can fix the problem. And to fix the problem, we must fix ourselves. So I just want you to know, all this new era, like these people want to stand behind a book teaching it to our people. These are the family members who seen the vision. This is the family members who seen the vision. This is the area where the vision come from. But they wasn't teaching because it's a vision. So this new era of a man standing behind a book teaching us about God, that's 1900s talk. Wasn't nobody doing it in the 1800s? You couldn't do that. So standing behind a book teaching it, that's 1900s creation. So who else I got? Who else I got, y'all? I think that's it. That's it. So like I said, I'm gonna do that again. Let's get back to the meat, y'all. Let's get back to the meat. So like I say, y'all, I just think that that's something we really need to talk about when it comes to what's going on, because seeing is believing. And I know seeing is believing. That's why I told y'all yesterday, like, I'm not trying to make you believe what I'm saying. I'm up here for certain people. I know this. Now, what God has given me is the ability to what? Create footstools. So they can see what? So they can see God. You know how you got a good fighter, right? And you ain't really good till you beat somebody. What? That's great. Because you might have a fighter that's 60-0. If he ain't fought nobody, he's just 60-0. Right? But then when he fights somebody, and it's somebody that's good, if he beat that person, then that person that's good is a footstool to what? So everybody can recognize what? He a good fighter. So that's why God hardened Pharaoh's heart. So Moses can what? Accomplish something so great. Well, Pharaoh is now a footstool that Moses stands on. So what? Everybody can see the works of what? God. This is why the son comes in the Father's name. This is why the battle is not yours. Because the battle is going to be done in an artistic way. And these arts are from what? Heaven. The arts are from heaven. So we are not using the weapon of man, and that's what we have to understand. This is not the weapon of man. You know, and say what I say. So this is the whole thing about worshiping God in spirit and truth. This is why about don't put your faith in man. Because I didn't come to my brothers as a man. I came to my brothers as the anointed one. I came to my brothers as the overseer. My brothers didn't come to me as the overseer. They came to me telling me the overseer gonna come. I say, well, damn, wait till you come then. You can't tell, you not the overseer. So you're not overseeing this stuff. There's a lot of stuff blocking your vision. So since we have put our trust in man, and what we have tried to attack this battle as man tactics, what we lost. So now it's fear. We can't beat these people. You better go to work, boy. You crazy. You better go do all. That's fear, man. You know, that's why I say, you know, when it comes to y'all, like I said, when it comes to upbringing and information, that's really what, you know, what got us feeling this way. Upbringing and information. You know, you was brought up to be passive when Christ turned over tables. How many pastors gonna turn over tables? Oh no, brother, no, brother, don't. God. Hey, the Bible said God is a mighty man of war. Yeah, but Jesus came 2,000 years ago and he calmed all that down. He took all the knobs and he turned them down. At the same time, turning over tables. You see what I'm saying? So it's just the councils. It got you imagining stuff that really ain't real. So you want Christ to talk to you smooth when the prophets didn't even talk smooth. The false prophets is the people that spoke smooth to you. That's who talk smooth to you. The false prophets. But that's what you want, because that's what the Bible says. The Bible says, don't tell me right things, speak to me smooth things. Don't tell me, because the truth hurts. So don't speak to me right things, speak to me smooth things. So you want smooth talk. Man, I don't even smooth talk women. You know, because like I said, that's you jiving them. You know, most smooth talkers they jive you. Women can vouch for this. And you said, oh, he number talk, girl, he number talk. Somebody that's real, they don't talk, they just do. They just do. You know, so like I say, that's where it goes to. Like I say, even when you talk about who taught us and where our information come from, I just showed you a elite class of warriors. They had swords on their hill. That's like right now in today's time, we could, like all the pastors would have carried a pistol. All the pastors would have carried a pistol because everybody I showed you had a weapon. Everybody I showed you had a weapon. So we have to understand, like, who have watered down the men of God. If all this stuff come from Ethiopia and Ethiopian priests have weapons, what changed? The 1900s dogma. The schools they set up. It wasn't no theology schools in the it wasn't no worldwide universities in the early 1800s teaching theology of Jesus. That didn't exist. Why? Because the Jesus doctrine came when television was created. The white Jesus was created with television. How they gonna show you a white Jesus, y'all, when the black images in Ethiopia has how long you think Putin had that black image? Oh, you think he just got it? You think Putin pulled that out the vault? So Putin had that for hundreds of years. So how could you convince the world that Jesus is a white man, if all the images got him black? You use television. You use television. When did television come out, y'all? When television came out, that's when the white image of Jesus came out. Don't be fooled. When television came out, that's when the white image of Jesus came out. Don't be fooled. Hollywood wasn't here in the 1800s. Hollywood is what created Jesus. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't, man. That's, like, this is why I showed y'all all these elite class. These are priests. Like, you have to. I don't know who all was in here when I was showing you these pictures. And I'm like I said, I'm gonna do it at the beginning and the end of every live, so it's gonna be on my YouTube. But time is a delusion when it comes to what. Because, like I was saying, your ancestors didn't get a chance to teach you nothing. I'm going to say it again. Your ancestors didn't teach you nothing. Everything you know comes from the oppressor. Everything you know right now comes from the oppressor. Everything you know. I don't think we really understand that. I don't think we really understand that. See what I'm saying? Like, we have to understand what Babylon is. You are just talking about information you heard. It's not facts. You're not speaking facts when you're talking this information. That's why You know, and that's why it's so hard for you to be like, man, how does know all this truth? Because I didn't know nothing. That's why I know the truth. I know the truth because when I was called by God, I wasn't ashamed to say I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing. I'm not gonna lie. But I was never been a fool. I ain't never got pimped. You know, you could never do that. Like I said, I had 2 older brothers, so the game was being showed to me. So when it comes to a lot of things, I was never easy to persuade. You can't really trick me. I was never like that. You know, but I was not ashamed to say, man, I don't know nothing. So when like I say, when I was called by God, man, my cup was drier than a cup that's been sitting out in the sun for 2 weeks. That's how dry my cup was. But there's so many people who act like they know something. Where the Bible come from? The Romans. Like you don't know nothing, bro. I would never get up here and make myself look like a fool. That's something but when I realized my brothers and sisters will do that, that changed my whole outlook on the world and how people really are. See, I never thought people would play with God. I never been a religious person, but I never played with God. You see what I'm saying? I never played with God. But when I realized that so many people are play with God, my whole reality, outlook, because you know everybody's saying they fear God, but damn, when God show up, damn, that's why I say a lot of scriptures validate when your eyes are really open to the truth. That validation comes from a whole nother level. You know, and you know, because like I say, I've been having groups and stuff since like I say, since 2014, 15. I've been dealing with my brothers and sisters. And I'm like, damn, you will talk to me all day, but when it's time to do something, you got other plans. So you worship me with your lips, but your heart is far from me. Your heart is not nearby where your mouth at. You just babbling, you just talking. Your heart really not what you talking about. You know, and this was the first thing that was revealed to me, and it blew my mind. I thought, because when I was coming into the country, I'm like, man, we woke, we finna do this. And then God said, no, you got to do it. I'm like, no, you got to do. That's what I was struggling with. But I'm able to look back on those things now because, like I say, I was just a baby in the manger. I didn't know what was coming upon me. This is why I says what? Not even the Son knows. You know, so this is how I know. Like I said, this way back in 2014, y'all. It's 2024 right now. You know, so I know people, so a lot of people don't have the eyes I have. Now, some people have been in the conscious community and they have tested the people just as I have tested. You know, they have jumped over the same hurdles. But at the same time, what? They just not Christ. But this is all that purification that our generation needed, because y'all, we got to come out of it. These waters are deep. The waters are deep. We deep sea fishing. We got a rod. You got a what? You got your fishing rod. So Christ comes with the rod. He going to strike the earth with the rod of his mouth. So Christ's rod is going to do what? Pull people out of the waters like a fishing rod, pull you out of the waters. See, these are the parables that if Christ's going to strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, why he got to strike it? He's got to come from the sky and start talking. Everybody going to believe. Everybody going to believe somebody who come from the sky and start talking. I am. See, I'm going to tell you right now, hey, I ain't Christ. I lied to all y'all. I'm sorry. I never meant to deceive you. That's Christ. If somebody crack the sky right now, that's what I say. That's how real it is. Because I would be a fool to say, well, no, that ain't Christ. No, that's Christ shit. I'm finna listen to him. Everybody who say they follow me, hey, we follow him now. If somebody crack the sky, but we know, man, that ain't gonna happen. So let's go to the prophets, y'all. Let's go to the prophets. So somebody's going to be raised up among you. This is why he going to have to strike the earth with the rod of his mouth. So let's go to Isaiah 11. Let's go to Isaiah 11, y'all. I'm going to start at 11:3. It says, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness he shall judge the poor, and reprove with iniquity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth. Because Christ's mouth is a fishing rod to pull you out of the what? The deep, deep waters. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall slay the wicked. So Christ ain't coming back with a physical sword. How the wicked gonna be slayed? With the words that's coming from Christ's mouth. So it tell you the slaying of the Lord shall be what? Many, because many people gonna test who? The Son of Man who God choose. You gonna test him. It's in your DNA. It's written that you gonna test him. But what you gonna do? Make the sacrifice of a fool. It's written. I didn't write it. I'm just fulfilling it. So it says, and in righteousness he shall girdle of his loins. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. And let me go to Isaiah 66 and 16 and show you why the slaying of the Lord shall be many. Isaiah 66 and 16, it says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. But how many people are going to be slain? It says with the breath of his lips. Because the tongue is a sword. So everybody waiting for the Lord to just bring this big carnage or unaliving when it's happening right now. That's why other rappers, when they battle rap, if the rapper win, he put the other rapper in a casket. Not literally, he did it with his mouth. I guess that's why we battle rap, right? It must be in our DNA. Battle rapping must be in our DNA because the Bible is about battle rapping. Because Christ come with the new song to get you from the old song. Right? It says, sing the song of Moses. Moses had a song. Moses' song against the what? Pharaoh musicians. So right now, this prophecy and this vision is happening with battle rap. You got the Council of Light, which is the new song. You got the Council of Darkness, which is the old song. So what that is? A battle. The war. The fight. They're going to make war with the Lamb. So, like I said, y'all, I could tell a story right now all over again in different words. It would still mean the same thing that Moses said. It means the same thing that Isaiah said. It's the understanding that's the key. So because I understand these things, I can tell the story. Not because I studied these things. See, in my journey, I was making confirmation Because it just told you what happened when you received the Spirit. Like I say, y'all, when I received the Spirit, man, as soon as I picked up the Bible, I was understanding it. But it was confusing me because I was like, well, why my brothers don't get it? I'm like, I've never been the smartest person in class. So I'm like, well, shit, I'm not the smartest person in the world. So how the hell I'm getting this and my brothers don't get it? I was puzzled. So if you go back to Isaiah 11:3, it says, and he shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord. But if you read before this, let's start at 11:1. It says, and there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse. Now, the stem of Jesse is David. Jesse is David's father. Christ is the seed of David. And a branch shall grow out of his roots, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him. So, where does roots come from? The ground, or they come from the sky? So Isaiah is prophesying about what? Somebody being raised up. That's it. That's all Isaiah is prophesying right now. Somebody going to be raised up, and what's going to rest upon him? The Spirit. So like I say, I didn't know the Spirit was rested upon me, but the Spirit is like the wind. You just get moved by it. You don't know when the wind coming. If the people didn't tell you the tornado was coming, or like, you know, when you sitting outside, I was sitting outside the other day, the wind just started blowing hard. I'm like, damn, where that came from? You don't know when the wind coming. You don't know when the wind coming. You know? So that's the same thing with God. You don't know when the Spirit of God is coming. And if the wind is that powerful, and you sitting right there in the midst of the wind can pick you up and gonna take it wherever. You can't fight the wind like you. When the wind taking you, you can't be like, I'm gonna start punching you, wind. You can't do that. The same thing you can't do with the Spirit of God. You can't fight it. And you know God is powerful than the wind. The wind is an attribute of God's power. So when the Spirit rested upon me, I didn't know it. But at the same time, it gave me quick understanding because of what rested upon me. So, but this is the prophetic vision that's happening right now. But what? We fall in what? The dark counsel. So I have to come with a new song to remove you from the old song. So it say, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding. The Spirit of wisdom and understanding. See, what people are fighting with me is understanding. They think they'll say they don't understand, but then want me to understand what they say. I mean, want me to accept what they say when they telling me they don't understand. Ain't that backwards? You telling me you don't understand. You telling me somebody's coming back to give understanding, but you want me to accept what you say. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. So it says, the Spirit of wisdom, the Spirit of understanding, the Spirit of counsel, and might. Now, you got to understand, y'all. See, it takes for people who know me. I never wanted to teach nobody. I never wanted to talk. I still don't want to talk to a lot of people. I still don't want to talk to a lot of people. I still don't want to speak to a big crowd. So who has given me counsel? Who has given me the ability to counsel? Who gave it to me? I ain't go to school for it. Who gave it to me? And you know who gave me the might. You know who gave me the might. But then it says what? The Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. And shall make him quick understanding in the fear of the Lord. So, like I say, y'all, these things, man, I was out way before TikTok. I was out way before TikTok. TikTok wasn't even created when I came out. But, so right now, like I say, y'all, I'm only showing you this for the vision. Now, the New Testament is just a what? Foreshadow writing of the vision. That's all the New Testament is. It's a foreshadow of what the vision will look like at the time at the appointed time it began to take place. But you have gotten the story and they convince you that it happened 2,000 years ago, and now some hocus pocus is coming back. So now that the story is happening, what the people in the Bible were looking for? Hocus pocus. Why do you think the people in the Bible didn't accept Christ? Because they wanted to see miraculous signs. But you say Christ was doing the miraculous signs, but the people that was with him say he wasn't. But we don't understand that that is talking to us and what we are doing, because we believe what the oppressor has taught us. Nobody of the Solomonic dynasty was teaching Christ came 2,000 years ago. Everything about a person coming 2,000 years ago is a Roman doctrine. That's why you know none of the kings that was here in the 1900s. You don't know none of the kings that was here in the 1900s. You don't know none of the kings that was here 100 years ago, but you know about a king of kings that came 2,000 years ago. And you want to sound smart. Professing to be wise, they became fools. When God called me, I didn't profess to be wise. I didn't profess to be wise. I wasn't studying the Bible when God called me. I was not studying the Bible when God called me. But you studying the Bible trying to find God. God talked to you, but then you go back and study the Bible. I thought you was a fake page, bro. You didn't have that many followers, so you know, I know a lot of y'all come up here and talk to me and will hide your face because you don't want nobody to know you were talking to the real Christ. You know, man, he might be Christ. And I don't know if that's you, but this is what people do, man. And that's why one thing I don't really like about a lot of these things, and that's why I hate they took us from Facebook, because Facebook let you know who you're talking to. Man, I was so mad they took us away from Facebook. Your videos was recorded, so if you said something, people can go back and watch it the next day. You know, it was more transparent. Now, you know, this other stuff, man, it's so fast-paced, you don't know who you're talking to. You might be talking to someone on here, then you bump into them in the streets tomorrow. You know, I'm gonna let you up, brother, man. I don't know if you a fake page or not, or you left.
YahJew, Judah. What you know about Judah?
What's up? What's up?
What you know about Judah?
What you mean what I know about Judah?
Where's it come from?
What, it come from the Bible?
I mean the bloodlines. What two bloodlines intersected that created the bloodline of Judah?
What two bloodlines? Well, all this stuff comes from East Africa.
Oh my God. I'm not talking about what country came from. I'm talking about the bloodlines, the genealogy that created the bloodline of Judah.
Jacob.
Oh my God. No. Damn.
Say what you know then.
Ner was the second son of Shemek, all right, or Lamech, my bad, and he was the brother to Noah, right? So Ner had the bloodlines that created Melchizedek order, and Noah had the bloodline that created Abraham. Now it's on down to Zerah and Perez, where they had their little children and whatnot that blended those two bloodlines that created the bloodline of Judah.
Okay, now you telling me all that for what?
You don't know anything that you're talking about.
I'm just saying, now what? Now since you told me that, now what? What's
Now
next?
what? It means I'm from the bloodline of Melchizedek.
You from the bloodline of Melchizedek?
Yup.
You from East Africa?
I'm from everywhere.
Okay. You got anything else you want to say? I mean, you got any more questions?
Yeah, I got something else to say. I believe it's First Kings.
No,
something like that. Questions? It's no, this is on point. This has something to do with the temples of Solomon.
No. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't have questions. I have answers.
Okay, well, now, well, you go, to tell you what you do. Go make a panel and tell everybody your answers.
All right. Well, can I ask you this? I got a question.
Go ahead.
Where's the book of Nathan the prophet at?
Where's the book of Nathan? I don't know.
You don't know. Well, it said that this book is said to rise like a phoenix bird from the ashes to utterly destroy all the temples of Solomon, which came from Abraham.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You got a lot of, like,
Hey,
I
brother.
don't want to say dick riders, but I'll say ass kissers.
Hey, everything you tell me, now what? Now after you told me that, now what? Now you say those things, now what? After you tell everybody, after you tell the whole world what you just said, now what?
Your religion is dead. You've been
I don't have a
practicing
religion.
in pain.
I don't have a religion.
That's for the world, not you.
Okay. And then what?
What's the key of the Star of David about?
Then what? Then what?
I'm asking you a question. You're supposed to be Christ, right? You're supposed to be teaching us all of this stuff. What's the Star of David about?
You don't respect me as Christ because you wouldn't have came up here and tried to tell me something. So let's not pull that card.
I don't respect you as Christ. You don't have Christ in you.
So don't pull a card like you asking me as if you think I'm Christ. Don't pull that card. You can't use that card because you don't respect me as Christ.
As if you think I'm... Dude, you just referred to yourself as Christ, right? You're supposed to teach us, right?
No.
What's the Star of David about, bro? We need to know this. What's the laws of the new covenant? What's the original 10 commandments? This is something we all need to know.
Okay,
You're supposed to teach us, right?
Okay, bro.
You're supposed to... We need to know these things, bro. Our souls are there.
He gonna tell Christ what he need to know. Like this is what how you gonna tell the one God sent what you need to know? You see how people be trying to they be trying to act like they just, like no man of God, even if you didn't believe in Christ, you would not do that. This is what you would not tell Christ or the one Christ sends what they supposed to teach you. Like, what kind of shit? Like I said, that's called insanity. That's called insanity. And that's why I'm saying they not even showing the uniform code for God. They're not showing no uniform code for God. Because that's not the way a man of God act. This is how you know they not a man of God. Their actions prove it.
Yo,
I'm supposed to teach. What's up?
was good. Yo, it's that guy who said who called you impure for smoking. It's me. It was good. Feel me? Oh nah, go on. Yeah, feel me? I've been thinking, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You was just on here talking about Haile Selassie, and that's crazy, bro. Cause my parents dead named me Haile Benjamin. And you was talking about he was a warrior, and that's crazy too, because I'm dead a boxer. That had nothing to do with what I gotta say to you, bro.
No, I wasn't really saying Haile Selassie was a warrior. Haile Selassie was one of the priests that really didn't fight. He was one of the priests that wasn't warrior. Everybody else was a warrior, but him.
Oh, that's crazy. Cause I actually, yeah, bro. I did have a love for fighting, so it's crazy that you say that, cause I'm dead named after him. But for me, I wanted to talk to you if it's possible. For me, cause if you really are who you say you are, then I already know you're gonna be busy, and I already know you're gonna be doing stuff. But if you do, for me, if you do talk to people, I would actually like to have that conversation. Me and you was in 2 different states. I could tell you that much. But if a conversation is possible, I would like to make that happen, just to see at least. Feel me? Because one thing I notice, I look around, it's like all these people claiming it, and you claiming that you're it, but at the same time, nobody can disprove you And nobody can prove the things that they say about you. I see all the dirt that they be throwing on you and stuff. Like I see that stuff. But that don't mean that God can't clean you up from your dirt either. So I'm not gonna sit here and be some bandwagon just because you have a past. We all have past. You feel me? Even Christ had to be born of a virgin woman. So it's like I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I'm just gonna pick sides just based off of what I see. I gotta really know for myself. So that's the reason why I asked.
Yeah, that's and like I say, brother, you just showing the true uniform code of a man of God at the same time, and that's real manly of you to confront the person, that these things are about. So much respect, man. But yeah, I can find the time, brother, to reach out to you, man. Just send me your information. It's best to send it to that website, and just all you gotta do is put them there. I'm the one that argue about smoking, and I know who you is, and I'll reach out to you.
I bet. I got you.
Okay.
All right, dude. All right. I like that Haile Selassie talk. Okay,
That's what's up, bro.
All right, man. Have a good morning.
All right. Peace. And that's what people gotta understand. Like that's man talk. Principle talk at the same time. Because like I say, everything, I don't have a past. Shit, that's the thing about it. I don't have a past. I wasn't wilding. But I was a regular ghetto boy. I wasn't a church dude wearing a tie either. You see what I'm saying? But I don't have no past where I done did dirt and missed. I don't have that in my past. That's why I'm outside with my information. I don't hide. I'm not in the woods.
Come on, y'all.
But peace, brother, man.
Hello, God. How you doing this morning, God?
I'm good, brother, man. Peace.
Oh, boss man, I just heard the guy. He got up there talking about a bloodline. I said, now I heard you earlier. Now you see why I don't deal with the book. If Christ came through you and talked to you, did you have a book open, or you felt it in your energy when he came and spoke to you?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I tell people, like, I didn't have the book open with God when I was anointed. The book wasn't open. The book wasn't open when I was moved by the Spirit.
I know. So
that's why it's the Spirit that gives the wisdom and the understanding, not the book. But people go into the book to try to get this knowledge and wisdom. You see what I'm saying? And they're not getting it from the Spirit. So yeah, that's why I agree with you. Because like you say, you don't go to the book. I say nobody can teach it. So why go to it if you can't teach it? Now, if you want to read it, then that's your prerogative. But after you read it, that don't mean you can teach it. And see, that's where the world is being led astray at. It's not really about reading the book. It's about teaching the book. So everybody is reading it and teaching it when you're not supposed to do that. You're just supposed to read it if you want to. And if you don't want to, that's also your prerogative. God ain't going to be mad at you because the prophecy going to happen anyway. You ain't never got to read the Bible. You ain't never got to touch it. The prophecy is still going to happen. And if your heart and mind is right with God, you're going to hear and see the prophecy and you're going to get in line with it. But a lot of people not getting in line with it because they read the book and they're imagining to God to do something else. So when God show up to do what God's supposed to do, they fighting it with their imaginations.
Oh, you know what? I agree on that right there. But the guy, before you just got through talking to that guy, the other guy was talking about a bloodline and stuff like that right there. And
he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Man, he was just running his gums. Man, he didn't know what he just, like I said, he just read a book and he followed the names. He don't know who Abraham is. He don't know what Abraham look like.
He probably don't even know his own real bloodline. But the thing to it is, they recognize now. A lot of people recognize who we are, and some of us don't even recognize who we are. And
well, see, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm gonna listen.
That's why I was showing those pictures in the beginning. I don't know if you got a chance to see them. I do it in my live in the beginning and the end. Because we had kings that was here in the 19 and 1800s. No historian ever talk about these men. They gotta be by design. How you gonna show me how they got a black king who looked just like me? I don't know nothing about it, and he died about 80 years ago. How I don't know about them? That's for all the history and 2,000-year-old history that they try to give us. Matter of fact, I'm finna show you the picture then. Since we all know, because I don't think you was here. So let's pull it up right quick. It ain't gonna take that long. It's right here. Look at this. Look at this. The King of Kings. Look at this. Matter of fact, he owned railroads in America. How they don't teach us about this man? Now, this is one of many kings. Never was a slave. Family wasn't a slave. He come from historical, solid-minded dynasty, historical facts. We know nothing about him. But we going back to Abraham, Solomon, David, Moses, but we don't know nothing about a man who died in 1908. Something wrong. Something wrong with our historians. Something wrong with our leaders. We talking about Mansa Musa. We don't even know how the hell we know who Mansa Musa was, and we don't know this man.
Well, what they was doing, they were changing the timeline. When they do that, they change the timeline. They change the history when they do that, and they bring somebody up. Then that people don't know and put it in a book, and everybody go to this. What happened, and we really then wasn't there at that time. See, we in the now, and I understand what you're doing. And I'm proud of what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, because I'm doing the same thing in this sundown town. They seeing me. I'm going in churches, but I ain't throwing nothing around. I'm just speaking to them. I'm just talking to them. And I'm not understanding a church supposed to be a storehouse.
Correct.
And so, and I'm not, it's just doing work. Cause I asked Creed, I don't understand why you got me here from Mississippi. Why you got me here? And I left, and he put me right back in Kansas. I came right back to the same spot. Mr. Dukes, you got a job to do. I said, okay.
We gotta find how to merge for to do it on a bigger level, because we supposed to be doing this on a way bigger scale than our minds comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And see, this is what the Declaration of Independence let us know. Right now, the government have stopped our life and our pursuit of happiness. They showing this with the movie Snowfall. We see where the CIA brought the drugs in. It's all on documents. The CIA connected to the government.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have the power. If we get in order to overthrow the government, it's in the Declaration of Independence. Now, the people who run the government in America, they got an overseer that's in England.
Yeah, the BRICS. They call it. It's an organization called the BRICS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we have to form a certain order so we can do this on a grand scale. You see what I'm saying? Like, we cannot do this individually. That's why the Bible talks about the body of Christ, but they watered all this information down. So it's talking about a body of people who form an order that's superior to the order that we are in right now. So now we get land, we get resources, we get an army. See what I'm saying? We get jurisdiction. Now we can really help our people.
Right.
But this is the round table that haven't been set up for our leaders, because our leaders are what? They are working for the Roman Catholic Church. Literally, every leader we got right now working for Rome.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So the real leaders are what? Underground. So when they say we got to rise up, get the dust off us, clean ourselves up, that's because it's a lot of the times we focus on the people when really it's about the leaders. It's about the leaders coming together and forming the body of Christ.
And right now, we fighting the body of darkness right now, because that's who got their knowledge from the person you just showed up on the picture. They pillaged their libraries and stuff like that, and took their stuff out of their libraries and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why I say, like, and those people who are like, those people never got a chance to teach us. They never got a chance to speak to the United Nations. They never got a chance to speak to the world. And see, these are kings. These are people who hold all the information. They got all the wise men on their side. They never got to tell us because we got to understand our kings was warriors. So a lot of our kings were going to bow down. That's why a lot of chiefs, when they did catch them, they had to strap their mouth. They had to chain them up. You see what I'm saying? They had to lock them in a cage because they was going to what? They was going to fight. That's like a lion. You're not just going to come capture a lion. You know, you're going to really have to find some way to strap it down or what? It's going to fight to the death. You know, so that's the way our leaders was. And that's why a lot of all our information, it comes from the other side. It don't come from our people. You know, and anybody speaking that information, and that's why if you don't have the new song in these times, you are considered a Roman soldier because you stand with Rome.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what we dealing with right now. But as we looking what's going on, it's like when you do get enough to try to build something up, same way they did build Cosmo, they gonna find a way to use the system to bring you back to Rome reality.
That's why we taking over the system. See, that's why it has to be done on a bigger scale. Bill Cosby was doing something on a small scale. It seemed big to us because of where we coming from, but that was small what Bill Cosby was doing compared to what we about to do. See what I'm saying? So this is why we have to understand what's really at hand. Because we going way above most of our pay grade. But we going back to where we supposed to be. And that's what we have to understand. You know, the Pope should not, the Holy See is in Rome right now. It's nothing holy in Rome. There's nothing holy in Rome. It's no royal family. None of that is holy. If we got all the facts, we could put it on the table. We could put it in front of any court, parliament, whatever. We could put all these documents in front of them and prove nothing is holy about these people. So why do they oversee the world in holiness? They shouldn't be there. So somebody have to stand up and take this away. That's what the whole Bible is about. The saints standing up and taking the kingdom away from people who don't deserve it. That's what the whole Bible about. They watered it down, created religions, changed time, and now we just waiting on something that'll never come. And now we're doing stuff on a small level. Like, I just want to show you, like, these pictures are 1900s, man. These are people who was never slaves. I want y'all to look at their royalty. Look at these people royalty, man. This is before television. These are black men in their own royal attire, and they never showed us about these people, bro. This is a man right here named Muhammad Ali. He had his own army. Look what he dressed in. He had his own army. They got us thinking 1600 in the 1600s, we were just all slaves, and the white man came over and took over everything, and we didn't have nothing no more.
Oh no!
He died in the 1900s. His real name is Muhammad Ali. How many black people know about him?
Not that many. Not that many.
It's a reason for that.
Not that many. The funny thing about it is people got to know if they come and getting stuff from us, doing what they doing, that means we had cities and we had stuff already in line in order, but they came in and knocked it out of order and came and took it and flipped it.
Well, the whole truth is we had stuff, but we wasn't in order. That's why they was able to take it. If we was truly in order, they would have never took nothing. See, that's the cold part about our story, and that's the part that we left out, and that's what make us hold on to the emotional side of it. Like, the Romans didn't take nothing from good people. They took it from people who didn't love God. Now, in the midst of them doing that, they hurt innocent people, innocent lives. But it was because of our kings and our leadership these things took place. And that's what keep our men emotional when we trying to fight this battle. Instead of just like taking accountability and fixing the problem, we emotional. That's what they did to my ancestors. I'm gonna get them back for what they did to my ancestors. But we don't know what our ancestors was doing to our people. And if we really look into it, like I'm gonna tell you one true story. When the Romans came over there to Ethiopia, you know what the men was doing to the women? They was selling their own women to the soldiers. But the Roman soldiers was given a command because they was on like a death, how would I say? They was on like a death mission. And the generals knew this. So they told all the soldiers not to touch none of the women. This is what the generals told us. This is what the Roman generals told the Roman soldiers. They told all these Caucasian men not to touch none of these Ethiopian women. But our own men were selling their wives to the soldiers. They was trying to. See what I'm saying? So we don't hear this side of the story, like I say, to take that emotion, because a man not supposed to be emotional. But all this slave movie we seen, all this raping us, all this whooping us, we didn't realize, shit, we was doing that. We had kings taking little girls and said, shit, I'm marrying her. She my wife now. She a little girl. She don't even want an old man. She got to be with him. So this is the kind of stuff we was doing. This is why God used the Romans to what? Be our purification. And this is in the stories. All this stuff is written in the Bible. You know, so even when you think about what took place, it's really for to take accountability. It's not for us to have hatred in our heart for what went on. You know, and that's part we can't do because we really don't know the story. So all we seen was the movies. So when we wake up to knowledge, we have a lot of emotion inside of us. You can't even box with emotions. You'll get knocked out. You got to be calm, cool, collected, so you can dodge the punches and you can counterpunch. You know, if you're emotional, you're going to get in the boxing ring just swinging all your might and you're going to get knocked out by the person who what? Cool, calm, and collected. You know, so they don't have us like that.
Yeah, they got us all still divided. Yeah. Still to this day, we still divided. Mm-hmm. And like when the order comes, you just got to get ready for the order. But I'm just doing what I can do here because it's another sundown town I'm in. So I'm fighting the police. I'm fighting the judges. Now I'm going through their churches because they gonna understand. They gonna hear me. I was like, look, enough is enough. I'm just coming through giving you all a warning right now. You either heed this warning, or you're gonna see what's gonna happen. That's how I want to. I mean, just Ford County, Kansas, and day to day, I'm going talk to these people, trying to get stuff done like that right there. I know I'm at a real small scale, but I'm hoping what y'all doing, what I'm doing, and we come and connect, and it'll be a major big scale.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm gonna start doing, bro. I'm gonna start, now that I'm in Atlanta, I'm gonna start hosting stuff for the leaders to come, so we can have this sit down. Because one thing too, social media should be a connection. It shouldn't be our meeting place. Our meeting place should be face to face.
Yes, sir.
If we're really trying to do something for our people, we should be meeting face to face, talking about how we're gonna move things, putting our resources together, gathering more resources, showing the people that leaders are unified, and the people will get behind us. Just like the people get behind these churches, just like the people get behind these organizations, these Hebrew things, because they have a fake leadership. So if fake leadership can gather thousands and thousands of people, imagine what real leadership gonna do. You see what I'm saying? But you gotta understand, when these people form these organizations, they all what? They all have the same order. They all believe in the Christ 2,000 years ago, and they stand on that. And they all get an order behind that, and they get many people to follow them. So that's just an example to show you how it's about the leadership that must take place, rather than all the people coming and learning knowledge. People need to see leadership in unification, making moves for the people, and they're gonna run to us. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're not doing as leaders, because I've been trying to call the leaders out for years, Don't nobody want to talk. Don't nobody want to sit down. Don't nobody want to do nothing. We just want to sell wolf tickets.
All right.
You know,
Right.
but hey, like you said, man, it's really time to do something. And like I said, the plan and the strategy is here. We just got to get leaders behind it. You know, and that's what the gospel is for. And that's what, you know, gossip is information that people adhere to, and they like it. They're going to come see what it's about. What you gossiping about.
Yep, like I told the preacher, it was a preacher lady. I went in the church yesterday. You know how they be in the office, and she had came out the office.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told her yesterday. I said, ma'am, I said, I deal with the cop, I deal with the judge, but now I'm coming into church. Because I said, I know some of the cops, I know some of the judges go to church. I said, what I'm going to do, first we got to have this conversation. That's how I start. If don't nobody say nothing, won't nothing get done.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with a conversation, try to get it out there and get it going. Because I don't, my pockets ain't deep or nothing like that. It's just I know what a word can do by the tongue. I know what that tongue can do. It's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's a powerful weapon.
It's just about planting that seed in the person's mind first.
Right.
Right. So I take my hat off. I like what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. But the guy, what he had said, I was like, you know what? I got to get up there, because you said when he came to you, he came through your spirit. You didn't have no book open. You don't have no book open. I tell everybody, I don't even know how to read and write. But it seemed like when the creator goes through me, he give me a task. And I tried running. I tried running from it, but he still said, nope, I know you're going to get it done.
And the cool thing about what you said, you'll be surprised how many men I showed you up there, they didn't know how to read and write. But they was chiefs. That's why the people who can read and write, they're not really intellectual people. You see what I'm saying? Because you can study to learn how to read good, but you can't study to be that's why they call it a natural born leader. Every leader that's in the animal kingdom is a natural born leader. They're not a leader because they can read or they intellectual. They are a leader because of their natural given talents or their natural given ability. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of these chiefs that I showed you, they could not read and write. They had a man that had his own army, he couldn't read and write. Because it was never about reading and writing. Because most people who can read and write, they can talk to you, they can communicate with you. You know, so yeah, that was cool. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming up, brother. Appreciate the words of encouragement, man. Salute to you. And like I say, brother, they go to the website, brother. I gotta do is reach out to us, man. We reach back, brother, and see how we can merge everything. That's what this is about, brother. Unity is what we strike the weapon at. With unity.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem, brother. Peace. I gotta take these right quick, y'all. What's up, brother, man? Peace.
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good.
That's what's up. So yeah, I'm the one that talked to you about the Declaration of Independence the other day.
Okay, yeah, man. Ever since you told me that, bro, I've been screaming at everybody.
Yeah, I see. Appreciate that. That's good. That's what the Most High wants us to do. You know what I'm saying? That good information we get, we got to spread it to others. That's for sure. I talked to some of your other people, I think it was yesterday, trying to get some more some more clarity on what's going on and where y'all coming from. You know what I'm saying? And they was able to help me out with that. So I appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? I see now how you view the book. You know what I'm saying? It's all as a prophecy for, you know, these days, for the time in which we live in now. That's how you all view it. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, that brought me some understanding or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So that's for sure. That's what I'm always about, understanding. But I did take a look at your email. I mean your website, and I looked through it. I was like, okay, I see. But there's something in that Declaration of Independence that needs to be clarified for a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that first part, it says, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands. So it didn't say, it's not speaking of just one political deal. It said political bands. So that means there's multiple of political things that's going on out there. So are you familiar? Well, I'm sure you are. But with that scripture that says, be no part of the world, touch not, and you know, and everything like that. You know, we can't. Well, give me your thoughts on that.
Talking about when it says touch no unclean thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's really the information, because the political ban, we are being banned by the information that's keeping us to the political strongholds. And it's the unclean information. So it's the clean information, or simply the virgin, the undefiled, the bread with no yeast. That information we're supposed to eat and leave our unclean food to itself, so we could come from these political bans, because that clean information is what's going to unify us and help us form that order.
Exactly.
That government.
Exactly. Okay, so with that being said, is it okay for us to say the things that these people are out there teaching? When I say these people, I'm talking about, of course, those who are in control. The stuff that they're bringing out, all this stuff is doctrines of men, and they putting it upon us through that, I guess, that colonization. They brought their laws and all that stuff over here. The way of they doing things is not supposed to be the way that they doing it, and we're not supposed to be a part of it. Does that go against God's way?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay. So now if we go and follow their tradition, doing things the way that they do it, would that make us also, I guess, part of their, whatever you want to call it, their way?
Well, their way come from our way. You see what I'm saying? So it's not the way, it's how you do it. You see what I'm saying? So the government, that's why I say we just have to overthrow the government. A lot of the setup we gonna use, but we're not gonna pass the same laws. We're not gonna have the same teaching structure that the government push in schools. So we're not gonna have the same employment structure that the government set up, but we're gonna have an employment structure. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff is gonna be the same, but it's gonna be done differently.
Okay, I got you. Now, the next part of this dang on declaration says once we dissolve the political bands that have connected us with them, but we're supposed to assume the powers of the earth. Assume the powers of the earth, the separate and equal stations to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitled them. So it's telling us there are already laws set here on the earth, which is the laws of nature, and that these laws are of nature's God. So we see that they're letting us know that there's a separation between what they're doing and what God has, the two laws that are here on earth. That's what I spoke about once before. Common law versus criminal law. What's your aspects on that? What's your view on that?
You say common law versus criminal law?
Yeah.
Well, criminal law would be the man-made laws and what they call crime, and the statutes of the crime and how much time you get.
Exactly.
Now common law is what we govern by. So criminal law is just when you commit something or an act of terrorism or crime. But
Hey,
common law is just the basic laws that every person who are part of this corporation follow.
bet. Perfect. So now check this out. According to the 13th Amendment, slavery cannot exist in the United States except for criminals. So what if these people who hold power decided, you know what? Since they did away with slavery, except for criminals, let's just go ahead and make everybody a criminal. And we're gonna do it through these laws that we set up.
Well, yeah, that's almost what they did. That's the whole thing about the CIA bringing, their private prisons and all this stuff. And, this is something they actually did.
Exactly. So criminal law is what's governing everybody right now. And they're doing it through commerce, which is business law. Any type of business you do on this earth, it makes you a criminal because of the business and commerce code. Nobody really pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? And if you really connect Babylon the Great with it in the Revelations, it shows that it's doing with all this trading and everything that's going on out here. So how can we break away from Babylon the Great when he say, "Get out of her, my people"? How can we actually break away from all of this business activity that's going on out here?
That's why I say Babylon is the information that people are giving us. Like the information is what keep people a part of the system. So that's that Babel. That's why I always use the scripture in Revelation where it talk about mystery Babel. So Babylon is actually a mystery to a lot of people because they don't know who Babylon or not. To know who Babylon, you have to know the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You see what I'm saying? So that mystery or that great Babylon is really hard for a lot of people to run to because they don't have the truth to run to. They don't even know the truth is supposed to be in the earth. So when the scriptures say they're going to turn their ears away from the truth and be turned into fables. So now that the truth is being spoken, we rather turn to the fable and reject the truth.
Exactly. So that's what I'm connecting right there, just what you said. The fable is what these people who run this earth, they're putting out there, the information that they're giving us. Hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta go to work, you gotta do this, you gotta make ends meet for you, and they're gonna keep on raising taxes and keep on doing this. And so they keep on letting us know, look, stay into this system that we got you in. Stay leading us like stay following us, follow our way. This is and whatever it is that you're trying to do to change, regardless of what you're doing, you still got to do this. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mystery that people are stuck in. That's that mentality people stuck in on a day to day. I got to get up and go do this. I got to get up and go do that. Now, it's just the if question right here. What if people decided to be like, you know what? I'm going to trust in the Most High, and I'm not even finna deal with none of that stuff. Do you think he would turn his attention to his people?
Well, by me knowing what has to happen, no, not it won't. It's because it's not about us doing something. It's about us coming back to the order. That's what's gonna get us the storehouse from God. That's when it's gonna get us the blessing. And this is written in Deuteronomy 28. I mean Deuteronomy 68. It's that Deuteronomy 28. It talks about God will bless us if we accept the voice. If we reject the voice, God gonna take the blessing away. So everything is simply about a voice. Now, again, this voice is gonna remove us from these things, but we just can't, stop doing nothing and just say, God, come down and, heal us. No, it ain't gonna happen that way. That's kind of like a fairy tale.
Okay, when you say
the voice of the truth.
Right. Okay, so basically you're saying we have to do some type of action, right?
Well, yeah. You have to adhere and then act on what you have heard.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If in the book of Revelation it says, "Get out of her, my people, lest you share with her in her sins," speaking on mystery Babylon, Babylon the Great. So if he's saying get out of her, that requires some type of action, does it not?
Correct.
Okay, so if they put us into this situation to where we have been connected to Babylon the Great, because in Revelations 13 it says that everyone basically has been given the mark of the beast. Everyone has received it. But then in Revelations 14 it says, if any man receives the mark of the beast in the presence of the Lord, then damnation will be upon him. So you have two things that they talking about. Everybody has received the mark of the beast. So now if you received it and you're in it, you got to do some actions to get out of it. And that's what he's talking about, getting out of Babylon the Great. So that's why I say sometimes people say the best action is to not do anything. Like if somebody's provoking you or whatnot, you have a choice to meet that anger with them with anger, or you have a choice to just bag away. So that bagging away is still considered an action. Is that true or not?
Bagging away, I consider. I see what you're saying in a way. You could put it that way, but I wouldn't really call it action because you're not doing nothing. You crawfishing. You're not putting no action to it. You act, but to bag away, that's why I say I get what you're saying. Like that's an action you have to. That's a form of an act. If you bag away or you come forward, those are forms of two acts. You know, so I get what you're saying in a way.
Yeah. So the way,
Shit, you bag.
yeah. So the way that I kind of see it myself is that, actually I have done it. You know what I'm saying? I have removed myself away from Babylon the Great, and many people was like, "What? How you do that?" Because I actually showed them. You know what I'm saying? Even some police officers was like, "Wait a minute, what?" I had to stand before the judges and all them. You know what I'm saying? And whatever, but when they looked for my name into that criminal system that they have set up, they couldn't find a picture of me or nothing because I had removed myself from it. And that's what the Most High showed me. And so everything he showed me, man, it has come true. And I was just, trying to put some stuff on people's mind, because the only way that these people can govern us is if we give them the consent to govern us. And that's exactly what it says in the Declaration of Independence also. He says, to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their powers from the consent of the governed. So we giving them the consent to treat us the way that they're treating us. We really can't be mad.
Withholding the information so we won't stand up.
Yeah. So we really can't be mad at them for doing what they're doing, because we giving them the consent to do so. So how do you remove that consent? How do you gain that back? And this is what I'm trying to, get people to understand. You don't have to go out there and just be like, we got to understand, man, God already has his government set up. It's going to come from...
You say God has his government already set up?
When I say government, let's make sure we get it correct, because these words can be messed up. But when I say government, his way of order, his way of doing things. Okay. He had already been preparing this for a while, you know what I'm saying? So he already has that set. So it's like, we can't do anything better than what he can. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say he already have it set up. So from me, what I'm seeing is like, you know what? Everything that these people have shown me is true according to what they say, but it's still a lie according to what God says. It's like a truth and a lie, something or whatever. There's a lie. You know what I'm saying? There's truth and a lie or whatever,
No lie. There's no lie without the truth. Because
no lie. Yeah. See, you know what I'm talking about? That's why I say, man, I be listening to you. You know what I'm saying? I understand where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? I really do. But it's just all about, man, stop doing what it is that we're doing and showing God the action that, hey, we really believe in you. We have faith in you. We know that you're going to come through and do what you're supposed to do. So basically, I'm saying it's like, if we take that action to no longer be part of it, like basically it's like surrendering your citizenship.
That's what I'm saying. To believe in God, you got to believe in the one he sent. That's why our forefathers didn't believe in God. The Bible lets us know our forefathers didn't believe in God because they didn't believe the prophets.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's all about the voice. It says, man can't live our bread alone, but the words that proceed from the mouth of God. So our forefathers didn't believe what proceeded from the mouth of the prophets. So who did they reject? They didn't reject the prophets. They rejected the one that sent the prophets.
The voice of God. Yeah.
That's what the whole thing about going through the Son. Because the Son was just going to be an end time prophet. He was going to be the last prophet to come with the mouth of God to test the people to see if they really believe in God. Because anybody can do this and say they believe in God.
There you go.
But when that mouth come speaking to you, will you accept God?
Yeah.
So that's what our forefathers had a problem. They told Moses, who made you our ruler? But they didn't know God was using Moses to talk to them, to give them a test. And they failed.
Now, see, that's the same. Look, and that's the same thing you and I both are going through in a sense. You know what I'm saying? We both can understand each other perfectly. You feel me? We like, okay, I see where you coming from and I see where you coming from. But we speak this message to others. They can't even comprehend what it is that what we're saying. They don't even allow it to sink in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just to try and understand. They stuck in like you say, imagination. They stuck in one train of thought. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's we can definitely see the Most High's prophecy coming through and everything. So I definitely just wanted to say that. Oh, matter of fact, the last thing of this doggone of this declaration, man, these people say, and accordingly, what did it say? Hold on. Experience have shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. So this is basically letting me know they took that information from back in the day. Like, I'm gonna just go like, I know you say the scriptures is for our future, for our present times or whatnot. But as far as how they look at it back in the day for Egypt, when they say the people were stuck in they was in slavery in Egypt and then they had to go out to the wilderness. Okay, but when they was in the wilderness, the people wanted to go back to Egypt because they was like, man, we was eating good over here. Although we was getting our butt whooped, we was still eating good, so we want to go back. So that's that same type of mentality that the people are letting us know is happening right now today also. That instead of getting out of this old crooked system that they got, they'll rather stay in it.
Well, that's why I say the main thing about the Constitution, it says, the Declaration of Independence, it clearly says what? A new government must be instituted.
Mm-hmm.
So in Isaiah 9:6, it says Christ comes with the government on his shoulders. So the whole story about Christ is about somebody building a government.
Well, let's say, and to provide new guards.
Well, that's
for their future
like,
security.
I'm reading it right. It says in the beginning of it, it says that whenever any form of a government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute a new government, a new heaven. That's what a new heaven and a new earth. That's what the whole prophecy is the Bible's about. So they got us thinking Christ gonna come here and touch people and do all this walking on water when the whole prophecy was about Christ being raised up to start a government. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Those are his exactly. Kind of like the 144,000 or whatnot. Those who stand up with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I know what you're talking about for sure. And the very last part of that that little paragraph or whatever you want to call it for the Declaration of Independence, it says, to prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. So they put this right before us and they're like, look, we told y'all it was going to happen. And look at what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? So they are proving exactly what was said back then, because why? Copycats of God in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But God allowed it to be, so we can't be mad at him at all. I used to be upset with all this stuff, man. But once I find out, look, it's God, this is what God set up, how can I be mad? It's just like me, I gotta look at my actions.
Yeah. And see that take that emotion away from a lot of our brothers, because a lot of our brothers are emotional because of the slave movies that they seen and all the whoopings, and so they got that emotional in them where they don't want to take accountability and just fix the problems.
Right.
That's why we fight amongst each other. We so emotional.
Right.
You know, to the situation to where, man, we gotta put all them emotions down, man, and be like, man, look, bro, I'm a man, you a man. What we need to do? You don't need to keep going back and forth and arguing like two, man. You don't
that's not of God
like that, man. That's some kind of emotion that's built up in you, and that's all the stuff we done been through, traumatizing the stuff we've seen. It messed our mind up psychological. So it's hard for us to communicate.
Exactly. Man, I appreciate you. I'm glad I was able to talk to you, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you've been shown, you see the light, you understand the light, you know what I'm saying, and keep on doing your thing, because the Most High gonna let everything be known for a fact, you know what I'm saying? No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Won't nothing be hidden.
Yeah, won't nothing be hidden, man, for real. But I appreciate you, YahJew, for talking with me, man.
Likewise, brother. Salute to you, man.
Already.
Peace. Like we said, y'all, like right now, the Declaration tell you that a new government can be instituted. So when I stand up saying we starting a new government, why do I sound crazy? When y'all you know the government ain't working. You know the government is treating us bad. You know these things. I don't have to tell you these things. So what we should be talking about? How we gonna make everything new? Matter of fact, it's written. God say, what? I make everything new. Behold, I make everything new. Bible verse. Let's go to the book of Revelations 21:5. See, people don't understand this is something that's going to be manifested. And now that the manifestation is here, this information is being unsealed because the manifestation that's here. These are not being unsealed because I had to study these things. And now, oh, look, I'm really talking about what's happening. That's why I'm not lying. I'm not talking about stuff that had happened. I'm talking about stuff that's happening. So we go to Revelation 21:5. It says, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, it is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I will give unto him that is athirst a fountain of water of life freely. A fountain of water of life freely. He that overcome shall inherit. He that overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he will be my son. But the fearful, the unbelieving, the abominable, the murderers, the whoremongers, the sorcerers, the idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Now, why are you going to be thrown in that fire? You know how when you prove somebody wrong, you get them hot? That boy hot now. Why you so hot? She hot. That's what the lake of fire. You're going to be hot. It's going to be burning. It ain't going to burn what? For the people who ain't what? Who wasn't liars, who wasn't murderers, who wasn't deceivers. The truth, they're going to rejoice. They're going to be glad the truth is. But to what? The unbelieving and the abominable, the murderers, the whoremongers, the sorcerers. This truth is going to burn. It's going to burn in the inside. It's going to burn the outside. It's going to burn your eyes. It's going to hurt your eyes. It's going to give you headaches. It's going to make your feet hurt. It's going to do all those things. It's going to burn. Ain't nobody literally going to be thrown in the lake of fire. Let's be real, y'all. It's a metaphor because that boy going to be hot. Or that sister, she going to be hot. She going to be heated. Ain't that all talk? Man, he heated, boy. He was heated. Why he was heated? He was mad as hell. He was mad as hell. So that's what they're going to be. They're going to be mad as hell. As you see them now. So it shows you, again, everything is new. So Isaiah also said, Isaiah 43:18. Isaiah talk about the new. So it says, Isaiah 43:18, it says, remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Not come down, it's going to spring forth from the earth. It says, it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in a desert. So what God is going to make what? Nothing out of something. That's why when you count numbers, you got the zero first. You got nothing. Then comes forward what? One. From nothing comes one. You know, when you get into mathematics, they always say, for one to exist, nothing got to be there first. For one to exist, nothing has to be there first. But remember that nothing is connected. It's whole. What you can't see is whole. You can't see God, but God is whole. And from God comes one. That's the order of numbers. Numbers don't lie. If you got one, for to get two, you got to have one. For to get three, you got to have one. For to get four, you got to have one. And for to get one, you got to have nothing. Numbers don't lie. So then it say what? Even rivers in a desert. They don't have rivers in the desert. That's why the desert is dry. So what God gonna do? God gonna put a river in the desert? Well, God put a NIGGA on TikTok to tell the world the truth. If that ain't a river in the desert, it's unnormal. It's unnormal for you to get what? A NIGG on TikTok, a NIGGA on TikTok, telling the world the truth. That's a river in the desert. That shit don't belong there. How'd that get there? You know, when they for those who Bible readers, you know what they ask Jesus, how you get on the other side? How you get over there? So then it says, which bringeth forth the chariot and the horse, the army and the power, and shall lie down together. They shall not rise. They shall extinct. They are quenched and as tow. I'm sorry, I read the wrong thing. Verse 20. The beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I give water in the wilderness and rivers in the desert, to give drink to my chosen, to give drink to my people, my chosen. So everybody ain't chosen, but everybody can teach the book. Nobody. Y'all know Nate Dogg, huh? 21. This people I have formed for myself. This people I have formed for myself. They shall sue forth my praise. They shall show forth my praise. This people have I formed for myself. They shall sue forth my praise. But thou hast not called upon me, O Jacob, but hast thou been weary of me, Israel. So even though God gonna do this, what's also being said? But thou hast not called upon me. You haven't called upon God, you called upon Jesus. God and Jesus is two different people. So since you call upon Jesus, the Spirit of God is trying to speak to you, but since you haven't called upon the Spirit, you can't hear the Spirit because you're trying to talk to Jesus. So it says, but thou hast not called upon me, O Jacob, but thou hast been weary of me, O Israel. You weary of God. Thou hast not brought me the small cattle of thy burnt offerings, neither hast thou honored me with thy sacrifices. I have not caused thee to serve with an offering, nor wearied thee with incense. Though thou hast brought me no sweet cane with money, neither thou hast filled me with the fat of thy sacrifices, but thou hast made me to serve with thy sins, and thou hast wearied me with thy iniquities. I, even I, am he that blotted out thy transgressions for my own sake, and I will not remember thy sins. So God say for his own sake, he gonna give us glory back. I don't think y'all know how cold that is. God say, for my own sake, I'm gonna give you glory back. Because what? I created you. I put you in the position you were. So if I can't give it back to you, then I ain't God. So because I'm God, and because what? I'm all powerful and all magnificent, I'm going to give you the power back. Because I created you and put you in the position you in. To show what? Who I am. See, God is manifested, so God's name is showed to the people. And whoever has that name gonna show you, so it's gonna be what? I am. Because can't nobody do it but what? I am. So then it say what? I'm gonna read that again. I, even I, am he that blotted out thy transgressions for my own sake, and will not remember thy sins. Put me in remembrance. Let us plead together. Declare doubt that thou may be justified. Thy first father has sinned, and thy teachers have transgressed against me. Therefore I have profaned the princes of the sanctuary, and have given Jacob to the curse, and Israel to reproaches. Thy first father, it should have said forefathers. Thy first father has sinned. Thy teachers have transgressed against me. Therefore, I have profaned the princes of the sanctuary, and have given Jacob to the curse, and Israel to reproaches. And like I say, Isaiah go on and on, man. Like I say, when you really understand the book, y'all, it's you gotta pay respect to the visionaries. I pay much respect to the visionaries. That's why it says, whoever come gonna bring you to remembrance of me. Now the remembrance is what the Spirit enabled the prophets to speak. We don't remember that. We think it's all about Jesus. What about the spirit that's enabled the prophets to speak and see the vision in this? It's almost magnificent. We can't even see this no more. We can't even remember that the prophet was moved by the spirit because all we screaming is Jesus or Muhammad. What about the spirit, which is God? So is it about the prophets or is it about the spirit that moved the prophets? Y'all should get it. Y'all should get my drift. Y'all should get my drift. You know. Well, let's just keep going. Since Isaiah was dropping so many Jews, I just keep going. I ain't got no guess. So it says, I'm in verse 44. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I've chosen. Yet now hear. So what the Bible is preparing a generation to do at the appointed time of God, to listen. We have forgotten these things. The Bible is preparing you to listen at the God's appointed time. Not read, not study, but hearken, listen. It say, yet now hear, O Israel, my servant. O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus says the Lord that made thee and formed thee from thy womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou just you run, whom I have chosen. That's crazy. It says JESURUN. Now we let you know that Jesus represents a body of people. It's Israel represents the body of people. That's why Christ said, I come nothing but Israel, because I come from my body, my head. If I'm the head, I need my body. I need my hands, I need my toes, I need my veins, I need my blood cells, I need everything. That's like right now, you don't want to lose nothing from your body. So somebody cut your finger, I'll be like, damn, man, I missed that finger. You don't miss that. You ever say you don't miss a good thing till it's gone? So right now I have come what? To gather my body. So it says, I will pour water upon him that is thirsty. Not against those who's full, against those who thirsty. Bring your thirsty ass over here. And floods upon dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, and widows by the water courses. So you know how sometimes herbs grow amongst grass? And I remember for a long time, we didn't know there was herbs. So a lot of people spraying chemicals in the ground to get rid of the herbs that sprung up amongst the grass. So what this world have been doing is spreading chemicals to kill the herbs that spring up among the grass. So now we are removing those chemicals with what? The spoken word. So these herbs that come up among the grass can finally grow to what? Bring healing to the nation. So then it says, one shall say, I am the Lord's. Another shall call himself by the name Jacob. Another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself the name of Israel. So these are things that's going to take place in the last days. Thus says the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts. I am the first, and I am the last, and besides me there is no God. When Moses said up, he said, I am. So besides Moses was no other God. So now these things have been told to Israel. Besides me is no other Christ. Besides me is no other. Again, I told you numbers don't lie. So if you got two, you got to have one. If you got 100, you got to have one. So it says, and who as I shall call, and shall declare it, and shall set it in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people and the things that are coming, and shall come, let them shew them, let them show unto them, let them show unto them. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have I not told thee from that time, and have I declared it? Ye are even my witnesses. Is there a God beside me? Yea, there is no God, and I know not any. They that make a graven image are all of them vanity, and their detectable things shall not profit, and they are their own witnesses. They see not, nor know, that they may be ashamed. Who hath formed a God, a molding a graven image that profiteth for nothing? Who hath formed a God? The Spirit makes the God. It says, who hath formed a God, or molded a graven image that is profitable for nothing? Who has done these things? All the religious leaders. So I say, behold, all his fellows should be ashamed, and the workmen, they are men. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up. Yea, they shall fear. They shall be ashamed together. So a lot of people fear what I'm saying, because they're going to be ashamed of the image that they created and called it what? It's my God. They're going to be ashamed of that, because God is a living God, not a molding image on a wall. So then it says, the smite with the tongues, both worker in coals, and fashion it with hammers, and work it with the strength of his arms. Yeah, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. The carpenter stretcheth out his ruler. He marketh out with a line. He fitted with planes, and he marketh out with a compass, and make it after the figure of man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house. He shew him down cedars. He take the cypress and the oak, which he strengthened for himself among the trees of the forest. And he planted an ash, and the rain do nourish it. Then shall it be for a man to burn, for he will make therefore a warm himself. He that kindle it shall break bread. Yea, he that maketh a god and worship it, he maketh it a graven image and falleth down therefore. I don't know if y'all, because he get into a lot of parable talk. Because it's really talking about those who make the idol. They go use trees, they paint pictures. You got the what they call them? The people who deal with iron. The jacksmith. They get the iron, they melt it, they molded these things. They make all these statues and they bow down to it and worship it. That's all we do it. That's all we're doing right now. We worship the image of Christ. How do you think the Hebrews brung up? They created a black image of Christ, and they say this is Christ, and everybody worship that. That's what they bow down to. That's what they submit to. We doing the same thing until what? Somebody come make everything new. Somebody has to come make everything new. It's the only way. You know, let me see. I'm because it get deep, but right now it's just going into talking about who really make the false images. Because I'm probably gonna end with this, y'all. 27. Because once I read, I get burnt out. Verse 17, I'm in Isaiah 44. It says, and the residue thereof he maketh a god, even the graven image. He falleth down unto it, and worshipeth it, and pray unto it, and said, deliver me, for thou art my God. So we're not doing this, y'all. We fall down to Jesus and we say, Jesus, deliver me. So verse it says, and the residue thereof he maketh a god, even his grieving image. He falleth down unto it, and worshipeth it, and pray unto it, and say, deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known nor understood. They have not known nor understood. For he has shut up their eyes, that they cannot see, and their hearts, that they cannot understand. And none consider in his heart, neither is there any knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned part of it in the fire, yea, also have I baked bread upon the coals thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it. And shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stock of a tree? Verse 20, he feedeth on ashes and deceiveth the heart, had turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, is there not a lie in my right hand? So it's telling you, Christ cannot, that Jesus on the wall, that picture, it cannot deliver you, nor can it tell you when you're lying. That idol God you worship cannot talk to you and tell you you are lying, but you worship it because it don't bring you conviction. Neither can that image what? Deliver you. So why should you be looking to an image when it can't do nothing for you? When the image is what? He in real life. But you'll deny the real life flesh and blood image that's living in your time, who come from your struggle. You will deny that image, but worship the image that you create with your hands. That ain't wicked. That's wicked. I don't give a, that's wicked. So then it says, remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou art not to be forgotten of me. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. Now, why do I come speaking in the Father's name? The first commandment was worship the God that brings you out of Egypt. It was the spirit inside of Moses that brought us out of Egypt. So it's going to be the spirit inside of me that gets you out of what? These conditions. So return back to the spirit that's speaking to you and not your imaginations about what you read. That's how you return back to the Father. This is why the Son comes in his Father name. But it's also written, if I was up here just as YahJew or Cardell talking to y'all, you would love me. But since I'm up here in the image of the Father, you hate me. But the Bible is written about you hate God. It's written. So then it says, sing, O heavens, for I the Lord have done it. Shout, ye lower parts of the earth. Break forth into singing, ye mountains, O forest, and every tree therein. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and glorified himself in Israel. Thus says the Lord, thy Redeemer, he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord, and maketh all things, that stretch forth the heavens alone, that spread abroad the earth by myself, that frustrated the tokens of the liars, that frustrated the tokens of the liars. Why do YahJew frustrate a lot of people? Don't nobody frustrate me. Do I look frustrated? Nah, if I've been on here for hours and hours, damn, I'm human. Yeah, I'm tired. Nah, I'll catch you tomorrow. But don't nobody frustrate me when I have a conversation. I frustrate people. You are the witnesses of people being frustrated. So you are witnesses of what? What the Spirit of God is doing as it was prophesied to do. It says, that frustrateth the tokens of liars and make diviners mad. Your divine wisdom, when the truth is spoken, you get mad. That turneth wise men backwards and maketh their knowledge foolish. This is how you know who God is. That confirmeth the word of his servant and perform the counsel of his messengers. I don't think y'all heard me. They perform the counsel. We are performing judgment. My counsel is judgment. I'm performing these things. I'm not talking about another man came and judged the world. The counsel that I speak, I am performing it. That's why I'm not lying. Nobody else is performing their counsel. They just babbling. Then it says what? That saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah, ye shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof. That said to the deep, be dry, and to the dry, and will dry up the rivers. That said to Cyprus, he is my shepherd. He shall perform all my pleasures. The shepherd of God performs. This is why none of these people are our shepherd, because they're not performing. Then it says, thou shalt be built, and to the temple thy foundation shall be laid. I hope you understand, y'all. So I ain't really dealing with no more guests, man. You done came up here before, brother, man. So I'm just finna go into the pictures now, y'all. I want to get into the pictures of showing y'all what's being restored, y'all. We are being restored. Your wisdom don't matter at this time. Trust me, it don't. And I advise you don't lean on it. You know. Again, these are chiefs. All these pictures stem from the late 1800s to the beginning of the 1900s. You can say from all these pictures from 1868 to 1920. All these pictures that I'm finna show you are from 1868 to 1920. And all these people are chiefs, governors of high standard. And again, I must put this in here. A lot of these men could not read or write. A lot of these men didn't speak English. So how many black people was reading the Bible in the early 1900s? This thing about you telling me your great grandma was reading the Bible. Your great grandma wasn't reading the Bible. Let's be serious. So this telling you how we are the enlightened generation of the Bible, because great grandma could not teach the Bible. Grandma couldn't teach the Bible. Your parents couldn't teach the Bible unless they went to school. So we are the first generation to even really dissect the Bible. That's why we the generation with all the books. Your mom and dad didn't have the books. Your mom and dad didn't know nothing about the book of Enoch. Your mom and dad didn't know nothing about the book of Jubilee, unless they were some college, what they call it, theology school freak. That's the only way they'll know. So you got to understand how special this generation is. That's why we are the generation of Emmanuel. God is with us. Yeah, God is with us. And they want you in darkness about it. So again, y'all, these are Ethiopian generals, chiefs, whatever you want to call them, whatever name. They're of the priesthood that the Bible talk about, the holy priesthood. Just going through the pictures, y'all. I'm going through the pictures. Y'all look at these pictures, y'all. Look at them. Why ain't no historian ever showed us this, y'all? That's the cold part about it. No historian ever showed us this. That's insane. That's insanity. How you know about the lineage of David? These people come from the lineage of David. You don't know none of David's kids, but you know everything about David. Y'all funny, man. Yeah, it say God gonna laugh, man. I ain't lying. It get funny sometimes. It's sad though. You know how you can't do nothing but laugh? Like, you want to cry, but you just got to laugh. You really want to cry, but you just have to laugh. You know? That's Menelik, y'all. If you don't know Menelik, again, Menelik had railroads in America. And if he had railroads, he probably had some other stuff too. Yep. Ethiopia is one of the first countries America was in cahoots with. I wonder why. But sometimes it's good to let your mind wander, y'all. It's not good to tell everybody everything. Some stuff don't even need to be said. You know. And go another one. That's another picture of Menelik. These are the same people. Him. The same person if you missed it. King of Kings, y'all. He sat on the throne. Again, I'm not glorifying these people. I'm just showing you images that we all need to see. I'm showing you images that we need to see. None of these people came from slavery. None of these people was ever a slave. They have no history of being slave. All their history is royalty. All they know is royalty. Now, of course, we didn't follow the commandments of God. We didn't, again, it talks about how, we was lacking God. So this is why our royalty was taken away from us. But everybody you see up here was never a slave. They come from royalty. Royalty. This is before what? Before TV. All this is before TV, y'all. So they had this on before television. Yep. Now this is what finna be restored. You see this? This finna be restored. This is being restored right now as the Bible prophecy. Because if we don't know nothing about this, why? Because it was destroyed. And I want to read this verse where it says, you will discontinue your heritage. In Jeremiah 7, is that Jeremiah 17? Yeah. Jeremiah 17, verse 4. It says, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage. We don't even notice our heritage, so you know it's discontinued. Or be continued. Because God is back to what? Bring us back to what? Restore us. That's what the whole Bible is about. We're being restored. So what you are seeing is a African political party. What you're seeing is the African royalty government that was here in the 1900s, and we know nothing about it. And the Italians came and destroyed it. This is the original Muhammad Ali. All hats go off to the boxer Muhammad Ali, but this is the original. How we know about the boxer, which was an entertainer, but he was also active. He was a great actor. I don't take nothing. I got a lot of respect for Muhammad Ali. God bless his soul. But at the same time, how he had his own army. Muhammad Ali didn't have his own army. Muhammad Ali was a young man who the system was picking on, and religion had hooked him. That's why he found out that Muslim stuff, that wasn't it. That's why they had to shut him up. Just imagine if we forgot Muhammad Ali couldn't talk. Just imagine if Muhammad Ali can talk. You think there'll be a Farrakhan? You think Farrakhan would have survived if Muhammad Ali can talk? I don't think so. But check him out, y'all, in his kingly garments. He go him, and this is the same man, Muhammad Ali. This is a picture of him and his son and daughter. His daughter was actually the Empress of Ethiopia, which was Haile Selassie's wife. This is Haile Selassie's wife right here. And this was the uncrowned king. It's crazy how his sister married the crown king, and he was the uncrowned king. because he didn't want to keep the traditions. I told y'all coming to America. That's the whole thing about coming to America. Eddie Murphy did not want to keep the traditions of his family. So these are our stories, but they come from real life stories. The movies that we watch, they know our story, we don't. They know our story, we don't. This is him again. This is Muhammad Ali's son. This is the uncrowned king. I can't say his name. I chop it up. I'm not gonna even lie to you. This is his name. Yeah, that's his name right there. I can't say it. Anybody can say that name? I can't. I can't say it. My tongue get twisted. But yeah, this is the uncrowned king, y'all. He was around when Haile Selassie was around. It's another picture again. This before television. Look like cowboys, huh? Y'all see the style, man. Y'all see this is original African style, man. Y'all see the style. You see the flavor. You see that flavor. You see it. I know you see it. I know you see it. And then you're gonna look at him in Indian wear. This is supposed to be Haile Selassie's father. He's also a governor, general, chief. He just wasn't the king of kings. It's showing you the rank. He was also considered like a governor. Another I don't really know his name. I don't really know too much about him, but again, just another Ethiopian king, Ethiopian princess, Ethiopian governor. You need to see these, y'all. And here go Tedros. If you know anything about our petition, this is who our petition is connected to. This is when Ethiopia first was ever invaded. Ethiopia was never invaded by a foreign nation until 1868. When foreign nations invaded Ethiopia. This was the king at that time. Right now, if you go to Ethiopia, you got a gold statue labeled King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Haile Selassie don't even have a gold statue. Why he got one? That means he must be important. How many people you know got a gold statue with King of Kings and Lord of Lords on? I'll wait. So that go the king right there. That's the uncrowned emperor. That's Muhammad Ali's son. That's Haile Selassie. You see they got guns in their hand. So our kings carry weapons, swords. This was, like I say, this is the early 1900s. This is like around 1915. Around that time, 1913. And you see how Google they Google line their ass off. This is not no damn 4,700 BC to 1930 AD. That's a damn lie. This is like 1915, 1913. This is 100% facts. So you see how when you look these things up, you see this, y'all? You see how this shit just throw you off? How they take time and just put that on there? And now you looking at these pictures. No, these 1900 images, 1913, something like that. Because this when he was king from like 1913 to 1916. But he wasn't crowned the king of kings because he didn't want to keep the traditions. He was like, he was a rebel. He was a rebel. He was going to do what he wanted to do. He was going to do what he was thought fit because he was the king. So they thought he was too young. They didn't, like I said, they couldn't control it. That's what it was. They couldn't control it. They were like, nah, we ain't gonna crown him. We can't. They go another prince, another governor, another chief in their priestly garments. They go another one. Indian chief, Choctaw, Wichita, Wyoming. And go another one, y'all. Another chief, all these people in their priestly, original, authentic African garments. Original, authentic African shields. Some with gold on it. Come on now, y'all. How they missed this, y'all? How did nobody show us this? Where's the hidden colors of this? Where's the hidden colors of this? How did Hidden Colors miss it? All those historians on Hidden Colors, none of them talked about this. Ain't that crazy? Y'all don't think that's crazy? All the historians that was on Hidden Colors, none of them talked about this. Come on, y'all, man. Come on, y'all. We gotta do better, man. We gotta do better, y'all. We gotta do better. But guess what? By any means necessary, we is gonna do better. By any means necessary, we is gonna do better. Believe that, y'all. That's Menelik again. Y'all see the different hair wraps and hairstyles and hats and stuff like that that they got on? Sometimes they looking like an Indian. Then one time they dressed like a cowboy. Y'all see the Indian bands? Y'all see them. I know y'all see them Indian bands. I know you see them Indian bands. Now remember, these are princes and chiefs. These are not, regular people didn't dress like this. I hope y'all, regular people didn't dress like this. You see what I'm saying? These are chiefs and governors and princes. Y'all see it? Y'all see the Indian chief? You see it. Yeah, I know you see it. I know you see it. I know you see it. Who seen that song? Like Bean. Oh, that's Young Jock. That's Young Jock. Like Bean. Like Bow. So it goes something like that. Y'all know. Let's tell us a lot of daddy again. They say seeing is believing, y'all. So I just had to show y'all, and I'm gonna wear y'all out with it. I'm talking about I'm gonna get tired of showing. That's how much I'm gonna show it. Y'all see Zatu. Y'all see the black woman. Y'all see her in her royalty and her majesty. Y'all see it. Yeah, I know you see it. I know you see it. Original. She had no contact with foreign nations. She had no contact with foreign nations. She stayed away from foreign nations. This is in the 1900s. This Menelik daughter. Haile Selassie handled all the foreign things. That's why her husband went to war with, which I'm about to show you right now. This was her husband. He didn't like Haile Selassie. He did not agree with Haile Selassie and a lot of things. So he said, "Man, I'm taking you to war. We finna fight, homie." And y'all see it, y'all? What he look like? You like one of them niggas at the club, huh? Y'all see him with lions, y'all. Y'all know we walk with lions, rode them and everything. You know. How we don't know about this? That's what they riding. He riding in one right there. He's sitting on the back of one too. He finna get on it like a horse, huh? Why we don't know about this, y'all? Why we don't know about this, y'all? Why we don't know? Why we don't know? They go again, chilling with lions, all white. You know my white tee. I'm fresh in my white tee. Yep, 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 in my white tee. Y'all see it, y'all. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. There go another one chilling with the lion. This is probably about 1940 here. This is again, and we're gonna end it with the late great Zatu, y'all. Actually, Marcus Garvey was writing letters to this woman. That's how connected this stuff is. Marcus Garvey which is the most profound leader that we done had in the 19th century. Out of all the rest of the leaders, Marcus Garvey, he was in contact with her. To the Pan-African movement was to get Afro-Americans and the people in the islands back to Ethiopia to help rebuild it. Because at this time, Ethiopia needed people to come rebuild it. But since they didn't, Haile Selassie brought all the foreign nations in Ethiopia. That's what the whole fight was about. That's why Haile Selassie brought modernization to Ethiopia, to bring the colonizers in. But we ain't gonna talk about that. That's a whole nother story. That's probably for, I don't know, that's even a TikTok conversation. Because most of y'all don't want to know. Y'all don't give a damn about it anyway. So why I tell y'all? You know. But as always, my brothers and sisters, I hope the Father has circumcised y'all hearts and ears for the message. Peace and blessings. I'm out.